Too many business leaders believe that the rising cost of health insurance is unavoidable. As a result, more and more of your hard-earned revenue goes to helping health insurance companies get bigger and bigger every year instead of your own business. And that's just plain wrong. But here's the good news. You can control the cost of your health insurance and keep more of your hard-earned revenue. Just imagine, what would you do with the revenue you would get to keep if you were able to control your health insurance costs? Welcome to Day 5 of the Magic Minute, the video series where you learn cutting-edge strategies to control your health insurance costs so that you can grow your business and improve your bottom line. My name is Bill Geraci and I'm the president of Magic Health Insurance Solutions. We've spent the last 14 years helping business leaders just like yourself take back control of their health insurance costs. I think it's a shame that most business leaders feel stuck with their traditional health insurance options. I'm excited to introduce you to today's new cutting-edge strategy so that you can start controlling your health insurance costs without sacrificing your business's growth or your employees' coverage. Today we're going to talk about how using a proactive case management company will help you control your claims cost. When I first got into the health insurance business many moons ago, one of the first lessons my mentor taught me was, if you want to control costs, then you have to manage the claims. As we discussed in yesterday's video regarding self-funding, around 80% of your health insurance costs are related to claims, and that's a lot. And you probably wouldn't be surprised to learn that the major health insurance companies rely solely on discounts to lower claims costs rather than proactively managing your claims. And you have no insight into what these discounts are and how they are impacting your costs. One of the fears of a self-funded plan is how to manage claims effectively. Well, there are many strategies you can use, but without a doubt, one of the most effective strategies is by using a proactive case management company. A case management company is basically your first line of defense. And let me tell you, they are worth their weight in gold. So, what is a case management company? It's an organization of nurses who specialize in determining if a particular test or procedure follows the standards established by numerous entities, including the National Standard of Care and the National Committee for Quality Assurance. Say one of your employees goes to the doctor and the provider wants to perform a test. They will submit that procedure to our case management company, same way they would with a fully insured plan. However, rather than receiving the rubber stamp of approval that happens 99% of the time with a fully insured plan, the doctor will be held accountable to answer any necessary questions from the case management company in order to determine if the procedure is necessary before it's going to be approved. The case management company reviews all requests for pre-certification for tests or procedures using the 5 rights that we discussed yesterday. The right care at the right time with the right provider in the right setting and of course at the right price. If the requested test or procedure meets the criteria, then it's approved without incident. But if it doesn't, it will be denied. But that doesn't mean that your employee does not receive quality care. In fact, it means your employee receives better care because the doctors are being held accountable to not using defensive medicine practices. If you recall, yesterday I mentioned between 60 and 90% of doctors in the United States admitted to practicing defensive medicine. This means they order tests, prescribe drugs, perform procedures in an effort to protect themselves from malpractice lawsuits. This type of medical practice is a very large contributor to the rise of healthcare costs in the United States, and you're the one paying for it. A report published in 2018 estimated that defensive medicine adds over $25 billion annually to the cost of healthcare, and it may contribute to as much as 1/3 of the annual cost in the United States. 1/3, that's huge. And that's why proactively managing claims is so vital to controlling your cost. Even if a fully insured plan says they have strong pre-certification, utilization review, or case management standards, it's my experience that it's most often a rubber stamp process. Let me share an example of this in action. One day, our case management company received a procedure request from a gastroenterologist to get an endoscopy pre-certified for one of our clients. The request was actually for the owner of the company, who has a second home in Florida. He often spends portions of the winter at this home, and one evening he began experiencing terrible chest pains. Thinking that it might be a heart attack, his wife took him to the local emergency room. The emergency room doctors were able to determine that it wasn't a heart attack, but they recommended that he go see a gastroenterologist for an endoscopy. The case management company received a call from someone in this doctor's office. Now, it should be mentioned, because he was in Florida, our member had never been to this doctor, as all of his regular doctors were here in Ohio. The case management company began doing their job and asking questions. However, the person at the doctor's office couldn't answer them and said that they would have the doctor call. He did, and the case management company began asking the same questions to the doctor. Immediately, the doctor began asking why so many questions were being asked by a nurse about this order. He stated that in all of his years of practice, no one had ever denied his request for an endoscopy. In other words, all the other insurance companies, even the self-funded plans not using this strategy, had simply rubber-stamped his request. In great frustration, the doctor asked to speak with the medical director of the case management company, so the call was transferred. In an effort to get an overall picture of the situation, the medical director began doing what? Asking questions. This led to the discovery that the doctor said he was aware that the patient, our member, was taking some type of prescription to treat GERD, but the doctor couldn't answer the question of how long the patient had been taking it. Clearly frustrated, he said, "I don't know, maybe a few weeks." So the medical director asked if it might be more appropriate to have the member continue with the prescription for just a few more weeks to determine if it was actually working, solving the problem, and that it just needed more time. And even more frustration, the doctor told the medical director he couldn't believe so many questions were being asked for a simple endoscopy. He finally hung up on the medical director, saying he would tell the patient the procedure was being denied. When I heard the recording of this call, I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Earlier, I mentioned how the case management company uses the 5 rights to determine pre-certification requests. And with this doctor, we weren't even able to get past the first one. It's exactly this type of behavior by healthcare professionals that fuel the skyrocketing cost of healthcare every year. And unfortunately, there's no end in sight. That's why you need someone who is absolutely committed to not spending 1 cent more of your hard-earned revenue than what is absolutely necessary. You need a partner that will help you proactively manage your claims costs and hold doctors and hospitals accountable. We are passionate about putting together a team of best-in-class partners committed to this very philosophy for our clients. It is our job to protect your bottom line without sacrificing the care your employees deserve. By implementing and partnering with a proactive case management company, you can control your health insurance costs and keep more of your hard-earned revenue. If you're ready to stop dreading your next health insurance renewal meeting and start taking back control of your health insurance, let's have a conversation. Give us a call at 844-800-MAGIC. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks so much for watching.